Let us see if I can actually remember how to do this. So, the Talaria have been making their way through the Morag jungle, seeking out the Druid tribes to aid in a dilemma that two of your party members, Aki and Fur, have. Though it's only been a few days, the Morag has tested you both physically and mentally. You have been assailed by the hostile denizens, for the most part, avoided illness, and found a few temporary allies as well. A woman of the forest, you named Bambi, told you of the Muradon tribe, while a Naga, after defeating him in a battle of wit with his riddles, provided you with a unique form of sight, and, working together, were able to cover a significant amount of distance in a direction that the Naga was sure was the correct direction. This was further reinforced as you prepared to rest for the night, stumbling upon signs of past inhabitation. Though it had apparently been years since someone had resided here, these were the first signs that you had that the druids live or lived within the dungeon, showing that you are on the right track. You all decided to spend the night there, preparing for the next leg of your journey. A few personal conversations were had, a few admissions were made, but your watches were uneventful, barring that. And that is where we left off. So, Talaria, you wake up to the sound of thunder. As you look upwards, those that were on watch look upwards, you can see that, though it hasn't started raining, there are some dark clouds above you. The forest will give you some cover, but there is a chance of rain, it seems.
So, it's morning?
It's morning, yes.
Or everyone's getting up. Okay. So I gotta get my yawn out.
Yep. Figured we go to the morning bit, so that just in case anyone wants to re-warm up the old RPing stuff, etc. Just get their bearings.
Oh, the sheet's different. Okay. We now have a short rest, long rest tool. So that's nice.
And there's also stuff that you can toggle between public and to the GM.
Yep.
Okay, that's tasty. I like that.
So,
they've added new things in 3 weeks. Last time it was, oh, you can now print out your character sheets if you like.
All right. Oh, fuck me. And Mev, just looks up to the sky. We're going to have to traverse this in the rain.
Havelock just grins. This is going to be a great day.
She looks to everyone else. Get ready for sloshing around in the mud.
Well, if we're lucky, most of the forest will take it for us.
Nev looks around. Sounds, yeah, Aki. Mike's so quiet, I have to turn you up, sorry.
Sorry. I don't... Hold on. Hello! Here's here's hoping. I think you're right, Mabel. I'll be slow going, trudging through the mud, and try not to fall over and injure ourselves. We may have to take our journey slightly slower today. Or this is a I suppose they call it a rainforest for a reason. I suppose it may pass by the time the morning's over if we're lucky. Hold on, I'm gonna check something. Check something. Hold on. I think I've done this before, but could I use shape water to basically create an arc to arc the water around me so I don't get wet?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So when Aki so when Aki gets up and gets ready, you see basically that like there's almost like an invisible bubble around him as the water just curves around his body.
It's not raining yet.
Oh wait, I thought it was raining.
Nope. It looks like it's
What?
gonna rain. There's clouds above you, and there's a rumble of thunder.
Oh, okay. My apologies then. Aki does look up and go, well, we'll have to we'll have to see what the fates have in store for us with the rain. I'm afraid. It may just simply pass over our heads without dropping, or we may be inundated with it. With no way of telling, except I guess we'll have to face it when it happens. I did notice the level up button.
Yeah.
Very cool. I mean, I hold on. Oh yeah, there's like 2 separate sheets you can make. Okay, that's cool.
You don't think it will flood or anything, do you?
Flash flooding could be an issue. There's a point. Rivers breaking their banks.
Mev,
like,
was
Mev,
looking
you
at you
just,
for
like,
reassurance,
shit on my
and she just frowns.
No, but you can tell probably that like just from being nosy that Aki hadn't considered that before you said it. And Aki goes, could be another problem today. Well, I mean, we've crossed torrential rivers before. I mean, we should still be able to, as a group. We've done greater things than that. I bet.
Right. I guess we just have to worry about the humidity. Mev ties her hair up in a tight bun.
Is there a scrunchie big enough to contain it all?
Fucking. Probably not. Probably needs like 2 or 3.
Yeah, there you go.
No, she's not had her hair cut yet. Havelock has been very insistent on her not cutting her hair.
It's like a weird amount.
Again. It would take too much time to braid my hair right now.
I'm not entirely sure we have a week to spare, do we?
It wouldn't take that long, but it would probably take the day. So.
I mean, if we braid it now, we could just leave it for a while.
Maybe I'll take to doing that when we settle for the night. If we all take a strand!
Aki, would you mind becoming a bear for a while?
A bear.
What a specific request. What do you have in plan there, who? Havelock.
Who are you?
Well, a bear's big enough for Meveler to sit on. And if she's sitting on your back, and the rest of us can just, like, walk around you so she doesn't fall off, she could just start braiding her hair now.
That seems like an unnecessary hassle. I can just tie my hair up for now.
As you say that, Havelock looks a little bit disgruntled. Clearly there was more behind his request than just that. But that's all he was willing to say.
A and B shape for equal to half your druid level rounded down. Okay. So 3 hours. Okay. Yeah, and kind of says, well, I mean, for my own sake, I'm not exactly a fan of the idea of being in an environment as sweltering as this and having a fur coat one can't remove. But and besides, I think Wouldn't it be as slightly unfair if only Mevelair would be the only member of the party who'd be able to take the weight off their feet for the day? Just for the sake of dealing with their follicles?
Havelock just
Okay,
turns
don't say
tingling.
follicles, but
What's wrong with follicles? It's the proper name for hair, and you're sort of you're talking about braiding it, and so you have individual follicles of hair, don't you?
you have individual strands of hair. It sounds weird. And Havelock, I do not need special treatment. Okay?
All right. We'll carry on then.
Thank you. Mev will start packing up her things so that they can get ready.
Oh, Chris and Torre will do the same.
Alright. So you spend a bit of time just packing up everything. And it doesn't take too long since you're traveling a lot lighter than you used to, going through the Morag.
Yeah, boy.
Now that it's much lighter, you can see the even though it was a month ago, you do see the sort of vine walls and such now, clearly sort of encircling the area that you're in. Looking around though, you don't see any signs of like no ruins of buildings or anything. It's just these vine walls that you see.
Oh, of course, I forgot. Yes. Can Aki just spend some time in the morning doing a patrol of these walls and see if you can find anything in connection to, just evidence of civilization in general?
Sure, make a investigation check.
Yay. Okay. Investigation. 12.
Well, you sort of follow the vine walls. It's a little bit difficult as you can sort of see them somewhat strewn on the ground. Some of them have clearly been bitten through by what you assume is the various wildlife and such. It's the overall radius is maybe about 30-40 feet. So it was somewhat sizable, but when it comes to any sign of buildings or anything, you don't see anything on the inner part. The only thing that is out of place is these vines that are, as I said, they're not as tall as they clearly were. At most, they're maybe about a foot and a half in height. But based on the vines that you can see, it's clear that they were several more feet higher.
Okay, so they're very old. Okay. Got it. Okay. And how big's the site in general? How big's the circumference?
See now you're really getting me here. Because the radius is
Sorry.
from middle to edge, ain't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, the diameter then. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just how big is the area the walls encompass?
Again, you're asking a guy who is really
What
shit.
rocks are these, Tom? To save Tom.
Yes, please
Aki,
help.
Mev is going to lean over. Mev is going to lean over Aki. And, what are you thinking?
This is the closest we've gotten to proper druidic civilization, and all I can find are just some poxy vine walls that encircle this place. I can't see any indication of where they may have gone, who they may have been, any kind of relics of a bygone era. Just
Aki,
yes.
can't you talk to them?
Talk to the vine walls.
Yes. You want more information about these people, you want to find them. The closer we are, won't the plants know more?
Almost certainly, yes. I'm hoping these. Tom, do the walls, the vines, the walls are made out of? Do they look dead? Or do they look like, I guess, still living creatures?
It's difficult to tell. They're like the ones that have been like bit at and such. Like they definitely look dead.
Okay.
The vines that don't though, like while a little bit on the dry side, it's not like they fall apart when you grab a hold of them or anything.
Okay. In that case, yes, Aki will engage. Here's not conjure animals. Where is it? Speech plants. Here we go. Boosh. And he will get that going. So yeah, or if you enter 30 feet of plant, 30 feet, you limited sentence animation. Okay. Yeah, and then Aki will go over to. Is there a section, like a section of the wall that looks a bit more sort of lush and less dried out or anything, or less sort of like taken over by other flora that may have grown over it?
You see a few bits sticking up here and there. The tallest part of the wall is maybe about 2 feet high. They seem to be the ones that still have some form of structural integrity.
Okay, Aki will go over to one of these bit more sort of sturdier looking bits of the wall, and then sort of kneel down and hold a hand against sort of the towards the bottom of it, and say, "I'm sorry for waking you or disturbing your peace, but do you remember what sort of individuals lived within your embrace and where they may have gone over the years?"
As you sort of say this and make use of the spell, compared to the other plants that you spoke to, you actually notice a slight glow appear through what almost looks like veins on the vine itself. A very weak green glow. But you actually notice as well, sort of embedded into the vine, just underneath the skin of the vine, is several what looks to be runes.
Do I recognize the runes?
They aren't druidic.
Hmm.
They're not specifically making out like sentences or communications, but you recognize the. Actually, make a nature check.
Okay. Nature.
4.
Girls, stop it.
You know that they're druidic runes for something, but as your upbringing wasn't really around a druidic tribe, you're not 100% certain. But as you say this, you hear almost the sound of someone stretching for the first time in a long time, and you hear in your head, "Greeting, Landwalker. All we needed was more."
No, not for the purpose those who came before me sought of you. I simply wish to know where those who gave you charge before, where they may have gone, and in what direction.
We served the Landwalkers, but sacrificed our roots. We cannot sense anything beyond. But you seek them, do you?
I do indeed, yes.
Then continue the way you came. continue in your chosen direction. We know not where they went, but we know they went not far.
Thank you. You've been more help than you can know. You may return to your slumber and thank you for your assistance, old one. And Aki will take his hand away.
As you take your hand away, you hear the vine say, "Safe travels, and walker."
Actually, Aki puts his hand back. He goes, sorry, one last question. When was the last time you saw a landwalker?
One of your kind, or those other.
Those who walk upright like me, but were gifted with abilities of communion with plants in the manner that I do.
Many a year, we defended them from everything around them as they return back to the Everglades.
Everglade. Aki. In like the books and things that Aki has read, has he ever come across just something known as the Everglade?
You were told about the Everglade from what was his name? The old druid you had met
in the Magic Forest.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had mentioned the Everglade.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Aki goes, I believe the Everglade is the end goal of me and my party. You wouldn't be able to know roughly where it could be found.
It is the tribe's greatest secret.
Of course it is. Well, then I guess we'll have to be, a bit more resourceful. Again, thank you deeply. And Aki takes his hand away and stands up, dusts himself off, and is Mevele with him?
Yeah, Mev's been watching you.
Okay. Yeah, chances are like that speech would have all been in Druidic. So Aki kind of dusts himself off and goes, Mevele, thank you. I would just want to say thank you very much. Somehow being able to just simply talk to one of the wolves would have simply slipped my mind, but thanks to your insights, I think we're doing okay. I had a brief conversation. Again, as you can imagine, it was like he was awoken from a long dream-filled sleep, and he said we should stay essentially in the same direction we're going, and we should end up at the interior safe haven of the druids here, called the Everglade. But like the other denizens of the forest, it's been many years since he'd seen someone with any amount of druidic ability. But I mean, it's a good sign that we're heading in the correct direction. So we keep traveling on the same bearing as well as we can through this accursed place, and hopefully we should end up somewhere beneficial.
All right. And she actually looks back to the vines. You said that some of them kind of look dead, don't they?
Yes.
Are these guys okay?
The magic that imbued them with their qualities was cast many years ago, and they were placed here on purpose. They're not native to this part of the forest. I'm not sure I could do anything for them, since I don't understand the true nature of the magic that has been imbued with them. Their interior glows with a magical light similar to mine, but distinct and unknown to me. So I don't know. I fear I'll be unable to aid them, given the nature of their being.
You don't think you can heal them any?
Let me check through my spells. Let me check my spell list.
Yeah, Mev just kind of frowns at them with her arms crossed. It's
Enhanceability, less restoration. Yeah, Aki kind of turns and says, I would assume that their vigor is connected to the strength of the magic that binds them, so I'm afraid there is nothing I can do at this moment, I'm afraid. They will simply have to embrace the cycle of life, I'm afraid.
I see. All right.
I didn't realize you had such a heart for what were essentially walls and defenses for a camp. It's very touching.
They're living things, aren't they, Aki?
Well, yes, but look around you. The cycle of life and death is occurring on every patch of ground we step. And yet you care so deeply for a circle of vines who fulfilled a purpose and who were simply abandoned here.
I care a little bit more than you think about, I suppose, nature, about any living creature. It, even when we have to do things like Havelock's marker, it isn't exactly enjoyable. And especially once you become more aware of these things living and breathing and thinking, it seems wrong to just leave them.
Indeed. It's a moral quandary that anyone who can commune with nature has to deal with when cycles of life and death and reclamation defines it. How do you reconcile with the fact that you're such a tangible arbiter of that world? And to my knowledge, not a single druidic master or any other philosopher has been able to give a conclusive answer. For you see, it's part of the natural order. It's part of whichever gods of the alliance or any other makers one might believe created the world. They intended for there to be this flow of life, death, and in death comes new life.
Then I think you just answered your question. I think these great druids or whatever did solve it. And to solve it is to accept it.
Did they solve it, or did they claim an answer that they were comfortable with? and that would let them sleep soundly in their beds.
Well, the other answer is like necromancy. So
Well, yes, but frankly, the idea of a necromantic forest is frightening, and the amount of sheer arcane power it would need to maintain it, especially one this size, would be staggering.
then I think I'm going to say that they solved it. I think it's just a hard pill to swallow.
Indeed. Right, well, I've had enough scrabbling in the dirt for vines. Would you care to join me back to the others?
Right.
And then after some philosophical debating, we go back to hang out with the others and get ready for the day.
Alrighty. So, you return back to the party waiting for you, and continuing on in the direction that you went the previous day. I need somebody to roll I need to remind myself what it is that we roll a d12.
Oh gosh, whose turn is it? I think it's Havelock or Kindlings. Alright.
Ooh. You roll another d12 for me? A 9, okay. So, as my nose is doing that thing where it might want to sneeze. Okay. So, you begin heading in the direction you had been going before. Just let Ed do his typing to catch up with the notes.
You can keep talking, don't worry, I'll catch up.
Okie dokie. For the first couple of hours, it seems relatively uneventful. And then, Aki, something catches your eye. It looks almost like part of a tree has been almost like smashed apart.
Jesus. Okay. Aki will take a closer look at the tree. Can you tell if this could have been what could have caused this damage?
Make an investigation check.
Very. Investigation. 18.
18. It looks like something had hit it with significant strength.
Okay. Can I have a look at the ground around it? Is there any evidence? Can I see the track, especially if it's muddy from rain or anything? Can I see any tracks of like a creature walking away from the tree? Or walking like near the tree?
Yeah, you see a mixture of hand and footprints.
Hand and footprints?
Yeah, almost like they're clearly not of one, but it's similar to how an ape like runs about.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, so Aki just sort of turns and basically says, "Be on your guard. It seems some ape of some kind, but of a certainly high magnitude of strength and resilience is prowling these woods. It's the only thing that is, looking at the damage, it was very strong. And these tracks are fairly evident of some sort of primate creature. So please.
Okay, so big fucking creature. Tear down 3.
Yes, I mean, I suppose it could be. It could be worse. I was assuming from seeing the damage, it might have been a lightning storm, but which would have been a trouble for us. I'd rather face a giant gorilla than a bolt of lightning.
Actually, was
Nebula, are you about to claim that you could fight a lightning bolt and win?
No, I'm about to ask a question.
Okay.
Fuck it. Imagine
That's such a fucking great brag. It's like oh shit, lightning. It's like, where is he? I'll be the fuck you.
Fucking, that's some shit Nem would do.
Oh yeah, completely.
Fucking Tom.
Yes.
The creature that we fought with Bambi.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. Was it vaguely primate-like? I'm assuming this is just Aki's assumption, but
It was.
does it look like it could have torn down a tree?
Possibly.
Okay. Yeah. Mev nods at Aki's warning. It might be one of those other big fuckers that we fought with Bambi.
That's honestly probably the most likely situation.
Most likely that we didn't know this.
Well, true, but that creature lived in the trees, I believe, swinging around and on branches and lianas. So in that case, we'll have to, I'm afraid, keep one eye to the ground and one eye on the canopy to make sure we don't get ambushed.
Alright, and she looks to everyone else, who's keeping their eyes up top.
I can.
Alright, we'll be counting on you.
Okay.
Don't fuck up Fur.
Do you actually say that to her, or?
No,
No.
Mev would never say that to her. God.
I just sort of like turn back around. Aki, you notice a second smashed tree.
Oh, great. Okay.
This one, you can actually see, even though it's been dry for a little bit, there's blood on it, on what remains of it. And you sort of, as you sort of follow the trail of destruction, you see even more smashed trees.
Whatever creature this is, it really doesn't like trees. Yeah, I think Aki says. Well, we know two things about the creature. It's injured, given the blood, and it's angry, given the damage. Maybe in our depending on what it is, it may be in our best interest to avoid it. We would gain nothing from slaying it, I fear. Except endangering our own lives.
Do any of you fuckers have Pass Without a Trace?
I do!
You do?
I do have Pass Without Trace. I can make
Well,
this all
Aki.
Do you have it prepared, Aki?
I've had it prepared ever since I've been able to have second level spell slots.
Awesome.
Just because I know a chance I'd have to get you guys out of trouble.
Now we're
Okay.
all in trouble, bucko.
Pretty much. Okay, how does spell slot trace work again? So stealth, concentration up to 1 hour,
Tap
all
our
creatures you
asses.
choose within 30 feet of me. It's just any. Hold on, it's up to. Is there a limit on the creature? Or is it just any
I think
creature?
it's 6. 6 to
No,
10.
no, it just says each creature you choose within 30 feet. It doesn't get. There's no limit.
Yeah,
Huh.
I think the limit is that you need to be within 30 feet of him at all times, otherwise you'll lose it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. If you're within 30 feet of me for an hour, for up to an hour, you get +10 to your stealth. And it leaves no tracks. A creature shoots belly leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its. Which seems pretty. I'm sorry, but I feel like pass without trace shouldn't be second level. It seems pretty busted.
It really isn't, because I know even if it, well, flip it this way: if you get spotted, you're all perfectly within fireball distance of each other.
That's true. That's true.
Plus, it's still mostly dependent on everyone else's stealth levels.
Yeah. And in addition, if you're having to do something where only a few people can fit in,
Yeah.
it loses its abilities, so to speak.
All right. Yeah. Then Mev will say, "We can try to be cautious, but you know how well that works for me."
Yeah, indeed. I may be able to help and sort of cloak you in shadow, if it comes to that. But you have to stay by me, I'm afraid.
All right.
Okay, yeah. And then, so Aki will sort of just take. He's sort of on like alert mode as they sort of move direction of the village. And he's constantly sort of staring up at the canopy to the point where people watch him nearly like stumble at once or twice on like a sticky outy bit of tree or root. And just sort of very sort of with purposefully but like carefully he walks. He keeps walking.
Oh, you're not gonna cast it? Okay.
Well, I suppose I'm not going to cast it until we find whatever is causing the damage.
Until we get caught. Okay, cool.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's
to
a
be fair, that sounds
fantastic
stupid.
idea.
That's really stupid. Actually, I am gonna cast. So as Aki moves, he goes. Wait a moment. Oh yes, that was that thing, that trick that my grandfather showed me. And Aki says, right, everyone needs to stay close by me and make, but still don't make any movements or any moves or sounds that might attract attention. And Aki will say a few words in Druidic, and then you all watch and look at each other, and suddenly this strange mirrored smoky haze appears around everyone who's standing near Aki. And yeah, you get past without trace. And so Aki says, I can maintain this for not the whole day, but about an hour, I think, and then you'll have to stay close by me for its magic to take effect. But we should be nigh on invisible to all those who aren't us.
Okay. I guess we're being careful. Sneaks.
Yes, please.
Right.
And then
Alright. Can Hemlock just make someone invisible? Man,
Yes,
I might need it.
Last time I checked, there was more than just one person in this party.
Again.
And I understand that Havelock does have great skill in the arcane arts, but keeping. Hold on. How many? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keeping 4 individuals invisible for a long duration of time might be beyond his means. No offense, Havelock, of course.
Havelock was extremely offended into silence.
Right. So, are you going by stealthily then?
Yes, please.
Okie dokie.
Yep.
Everyone make stealth checks and add 10 to your roll.
Okay.
That's 31.
I can't believe Aki's natural matches Havelock's regular ass roll.
Well, to be fair, you got 19.
And
I got a nice 12.
yay!
Uh,
I mean, come on.
After.
Kurt didn't do much better than you, if I'm honest. He gets a 14
Huh.
total from Pacifier Trace.
Me and Kurz. At least we'll die together.
You say that. Kurz comes back.
Fucking. I could technically come back, just not the same body.
I'm aware, but still. Alright. So. I assume you're following the Trail of Destruction?
Yes, please.
Fucking guess.
Okay. As you begin to follow...
Wait, can I check, Tom?
Yes.
Like, in terms of like, the direction we were traveling in, like, being as left from the camp, given that the vines said just keep going the way you're going and you'll find them, is the way of travel in the same direction as trees?
Somewhat, yes. It goes a little bit off to the side, but its overall direction is sort of heading your
they're
way.
useful way markers, I suppose, so we don't get lost. All these smashed trees. So yeah, we'll keep following them.
Okay. So you slowly make your way, following the destruction. As you look down on the ground, you actually notice more of these hand and footprints, alongside a few rivets here and there, like that have been dug into the ground.
Rivets into the ground?
Yes, and something's been dragged hard into the ground.
Interesting. Okay. I may have captured something or were hunting. So is it indicating, by when you say I see more, does that mean that like just like the tracks are getting fresher, or there's like more of them? There's more of them.
Looks like more of them.
Okay, joy. Yay! We're gonna find. Imagine if it turns out that all the druids are like monkey gorilla people.
Oh man. Oh fuck,
yeah,
I had to find out.
Yeah, Aki just goes. This may have been a mistake. And Aki just very quietly, to rest them, says, we are dealing with more than just one.
Great.
The
Oh,
tracks are
good.
make it clear as day.
Watch there be 9 of them kindling. The way Tom's eyes just darted. Maybe we should try and skew a little bit in the other direction.
Yes, I fear we shouldn't be exactly following this trail. Mainly only to our demise.
Mav nods in agreement.
Yeah, and so Aki kind of says, "Okay, we'll stay to the brush, away from this path of destruction, since it is in the direction of where we need to go. But just keep off this main path, but keep your eyes and ears open, okay?" And Aki sort of wipes the sweat from his brow. Also, we must be stinking as a collective. We must stink. When was the last time we've all had a wash?
I had a wash like 2 days ago.
Okay.
Courtesy of Havelock.
Oh yeah, that is true.
So, you guys fucking reek. I'm great.
After a while, we find more smashed trees.
About 5 minutes of walking. If you end up like your foot goes down something, and then you hear it give a crack.
God.
And you sort of look down and see what looks almost like a singular curved antler.
Um. Yeah, Mev just stares at it for a second. Does this look similar to maybe the deer that we saw with the I don't know what to call her, like the hag corpse or something? Because she had a deer, right?
Bambi had mentioned that she had a deer.
Bambi, yeah, okay. And we
It's-
didn't see it, did we?
No.
No,
No.
we only saw its tracks.
Okay.
But
Then,
you did see Bambi, and the horn or the antler looks somewhat similar.
What have you found?
I think I may have found something relating to Bambi. She moves her foot from the somewhat broken horn and picks it up.
Well, I suppose as long as we're not in the sight of her bow, isn't it, we should be okay. She seems a fearsome fighter and a remarkable huntress, but hopefully we're not her quarry this day. But whatever creatures are doing this damage. Can I have a look at the horn? Does
Yeah.
it look like it was? Does it look, apart from where Mev stepped on it? Does it look like it was like short? Does it look like it fell off naturally from like the head of a deer or Bambi, or like it was like torn off or pulled off basically? Does it look like damaged in that way?
Based on the cracks and the scraps of skin at the base of it looks like it was ripped off.
Right. It seems they entered in some kind of melee, and this was a casualty. This was removed with force, ripped from whatever creature's head bore it.
Then shouldn't we assist?
Yes, it's the only just thing to do, and I suppose having a fey creature like hers in our debt. That could be useful if we are incredibly, incredibly careful.
Mev, looks to the rest of the group to get their opinions on it. Well, this might lead us into danger. What do you think?
Well, I'll just follow where you lot go.
Yeah, Mev looks to Fur. You're part of the group. You have an opinion.
I don't have an opinion on this one. On one thing, that Bambi helped us. On the other hand, we had to fight a big beastie. And this one looks like, whether it's Bambi or another one, it's Bambi was fine. This one, I get the feeling is going to be hurt when we see him. So whatever it is might be a bigger match.
Possibly.
It's true, but we saw whatever the fuck happened to that other person of her kind.
Indeed. Didn't she mention something about a war as well?
Right.
So perhaps it's a war between her kind and these ape creatures. Though, if we do rescue her, we must ensure that we somehow don't escalate matters or make it seem like it's difficult. For you see, we need as many friends as we can gather in this place.
Mm.
Ambi could be a useful ally if she's not dead. But
Yeah,
then what if
I think that's
we're-
a key word there, based on the indicates the damage around.
if we can save her, indeed. She's. If she has fallen, she aided us. It would only be right for us to repay a favor with a decent burial. What do you think?
And the same would apply to any of her sisters.
Right. Yes. Well, if yes, although again, we must be so incredibly careful when dealing with fey creatures that somehow we don't get ensnared in some sort of pact or unspoken agreement. with them. Those tend to have a tendency of backfiring on those who are unsuspecting.
Well, we can go
But I think-
further and check the damage out. See
Indeed.
if she or I don't know, her sister, maybe her familiars,
Hmm.
are alive.
Well, it's clear from the tracks that the creatures are dragging something, so possibly it would be. Possibly she may still be alive but captured. There's all the possibility there, but that's a possibility we're going to have to cherish. So I'd say we continue going and see if we can see if we can be of assistance.
All
I
right.
suppose if I can keep
Everyone
my
agree?
Yeah.
if I can keep my cloak up for that length of time and get her out of eye and earshot, we might be able to smuggle her out under the noses of these creatures. There's a possibility. A slim one, but there is a possibility of doing this without bloodshed.
I think that really is something that we're going to have to find out once we see the situation.
Absolutely, yes. I'm just. Absolutely, yes. Right, we should keep going. If a life is in the balance, we should proceed.
All right.
Okay.
Then I guess we're gonna go see if Bambi and or someone she is related to is doing all right.
All right. So you continue going. I assume you're still going stealthily.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. You continue going.
We're
the-
also keeping an eye out.
Yep. For the next 10 minutes, you continue in silence, scanning the horizon, mostly following the destruction. You notice that the trees get less smashed, but the signs that something's been dragged through is more prominent. Until eventually, I don't think I even need to ask, because Aki's passive perception is like 22 or something like that.
Hold on. You probably don't, but that's. I think at the moment. Let me check what it is at the moment. Come on, Roll 20, be nice. It is 23.
23. You hear ahead of you, it's difficult to see through the trees and the rocks, but you hear a short, what sounds like three things bursting out laughing for a few seconds.
And Akis goes, did anyone else hear that?
Hey, what?
Chewy.
Did anyone else hear the laughter?
No?
No.
I heard what sounded like three voices guffawing in laughter.
If I look around, do I see anything?
I would say you wouldn't. There's
Okay.
too much. The only reason Aki was able to hear it is because It's 23 passive perception.
Oh yeah, Mev's looking though, like what the fuck's happening.
So Aki will say, close. Stay to the ground. Make no sudden movements. Watch where you step. And Aki will, and he goes, above all, stay close to me. And Aki will start carefully walking towards the sound of the laughter.
Okay, you're heading in the direction where you'd heard the laughter. There's a small outcropping of rocks that sort of block your view, so you sort of almost like press yourself against the rocks and sort of shimmy around. I will go ahead. Shift 1 or 2. You know, I'll drag the answer that later. So, as you go around, as you go around the thicket of rocks here, it's just so I can move this also to the map. You can see what looks to be 3 almost like goblinoid creatures, but much larger. These are standing maybe about 4.5 feet tall, with elongated arms. You can see 2 of them are sort of just messing about with what looks to be like a bow of sorts. You can see like one of them is sort of like standing up and trying and failing to pull the string back. You can see the third one is sort of just casually pushing. You're not sure if it's alive or not, but clearly an individual that looks very similar to Bambi minus 1 horn. Heavily bruised, heavily bloodied. And so like strung by her legs onto the tree. And he's just sort of like pushing just pushing her, watching her swing, and just like giggling in regards to it.
Okay. So I've got a background experience in goblins. It's part of the backstory thing, especially because I can speak goblin. Do I recognize these creatures?
Make an intelligence check.
Okay. 3 goblinoid creatures dicking about with unconscious Bambi. Okay. Dicking about might have been the wrong word to use there. Hold on. Intelligence. Do I have book learning today?
10.
Not really.
While they're goblinoid, they look like large stony goblins, but which is not a goblin breed that you're aware of. So at a minimum, like even though they look goblins, you don't think they're actually goblins.
Okay. Interesting. When they were laughing, could I tell if they were speaking goblin? Or can I hear them conversing with?
With your perception check, probably, yeah.
Are they speaking goblin, or at least the version of goblin that I know?
No, they're speaking common, actually.
Huh.
You sort of just... It's only the 2 that are messing about with the bow. And you can just sort of sit there and like, I've almost got it. You're not gonna get it. I've almost. He's so like, the string snaps, like, see, I told you didn't have it. Well, it's not my fault that it's so weak and pathetic.
Aki, in a very hushed voice, will turn back to Mev and the... These are sentient creatures, not mindless beasts. What do we do? What's the plan?
Well, they obviously have her. They're, I don't know, torturing her, fucking with her body. We need to at least scare them off or something. I don't think these things are good in any capacity.
Okay. How can I scare them?
Turn into a giant monster. Maybe a troll.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Tom, how's the weather?
Invisibility good.
Tom, how's the weather looking?
Still cloudy.
Poo. Okay. Thought it'd be still thundery and showery.
I can make it rain. Fucking.
I mean, I can. I was thinking of, because I can use cool lightning to make lightning basically strike right in the middle of their camp. And then if we couple that, has someone got like thaumaturgy, a way of like amplifying?
I have mage hand.
Are
I
you
have
asking?
telekinesis.
Are you asking this to the party or just as Ed?
I'm asking this as Ed.
You don't know.
I have telekinesis. Thunderwave, that's something.
Would you be okay? I've got an idea. Aki turns and says, "Okay, I might be able to startle them with a bolt of lightning in the middle of that. When it strikes, you can use telekinesis or telepathy, can't you?
That's right.
Would you be able to to infiltrate their three of their minds at once?
No, but I could rapidly switch.
Okay. Perhaps you could get Valkyr in his deepest, boomiest voice. Once I strike their number with lightning, and just shout into their minds, leave.
I could try.
Do you think that could work? Do you think that could maybe convince them that Bambi's body is under some sort of spiritual protection from the heavens?
Perhaps. I would strike one of them though, really get them.
What about the why not doing it to the one that's messing about with Bambi?
Yes, I think that would prove the point best.
Only problem, I guess. Only problem is the effect of the lightning. But I wouldn't want to potentially kill Bambi if she's still alive with the lightning, because the effect will cause damage to anything around the thunderbolt itself. So that's me basically saying that the effect of this spell is I pick a point, and then each creature within 5 feet of it takes 3d10 lightning damage.
Well, and just
doesn't that mean that either way, if you did the lightning, it would hit them? It would hit whatever Bambi's creature threat is.
I guess in that case, I could strike 2 of them, the 2 furthest away from Bambi.
Yeah, Havelock. Is that something you can pinpoint? Yeah, like how Augie can do it from a distance, can you? That is an idea.
If it doesn't work though, then he's gonna be in a lot of trouble. You sort of see firstly look towards Kurz. Havelock, can you make Kurz invisible? What if I get Kurz to sort of like be invisible, sneak behind him, and then when the lightning sounds, he sort of roars at them? He's not, you know, he's not got the big dragon roll, but maybe just that in itself.
I could time it with my telepathy too.
I was thinking as well, because we need to try and scare all three of them at once, don't we?
That's right.
Or deal, or attack them in a way that will make them scatter, but is one that doesn't come from our direction, that seemingly appears out of nowhere.
I could, and it may not work. I could push the one fucking with that Bambi creature. I could push them towards their friends.
And then strike the lightning.
That's right. And there's no guarantee that the shovels work, though. I'm iffy, you know?
If you could shove the one next to Bambi just 5 feet closer to his friends, I would be able to get all three of them.
I can try.
So as he first peek a head over, it's like, I know a spell that might make it seem like the ground's shaking. I think I'm in range, just about.
All right. She looks to Havelock. Can you make yourselves both invisible? Or would it only be one?
I can only do one of us. But if you get the one that's closer to Bambi's friend, just 5 feet closer to one of them, I can hit all three of those guys and not hit our captured friend from this distance.
I think Curse should go in. Okay.
Havelock's gonna go in his bag and take out some a little bit of rations, giving it to Kurz. Roar as loud as you can. Be big scary.
Big scary.
Right.
Okay.
Killen, you don't happen to have any javelins on you, do you? She sort of removes two of the javelins she's got and hands it to you. If this doesn't work, we're gonna need you to start throwing them.
Listen, we're smarter now.
True.
Are we smarter now?
We're a little smarter. The Riptide sends their regards.
Yeah, it was fun. I remember that. Okay, so Aki. So Aki goes. All right. It seems like we have something in place. So what's the? Okay, so
if we get Kurz in position and then you get lot ready, Killen, where are you looking to go?
Climb up a tree.
Okay. Right.
climb the tree.
Go ahead and do that then.
Nova will reach into her mind. Valkyr, you got the plan?
I hear everything that you hear, so yes.
Alright, really ham it up. Be as fucking terrifying as possible.
Should I appear in front of them, or should I simply speak in their heads?
She looks to the rest of them. I could make Valkyr appear to them and speak to them. It would give a target. No one would go for Curse.
I mean, Curse is going to be invisible. They're only going to hear him roar.
Still, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Some sort of spectral figure might scare them.
Indeed.
What do you think?
If these creatures are smart enough to realize the terror of it, and not just see an invisible man. I still think the shock of the voice in the head, the booming voice in the head, might still. But I think.
Yes, Kelly, you would need to do a stealth roll, but you do still have the +10 because Pass Power Trace is still in effect. 21. Okay.
I think we do both. I think, yes, we should have the voice in the mind and the spirit, and as some, if he can make himself as terrifyingly huge and imposing as he can, that's what's paramount.
All right. Mev closes her eyes. You're going to appear in front of them, probably in the center. If I can't move whatever the fuck that thing is, I want you to hit it. All right?
Okay, just make sure that you place me after the lightning strikes. I don't think this would work if I get hit by it.
I know. Okay. Everyone ready?
As I'll ever be.
Alright, so getting to a spot where you would have a line of sight of the creatures. So Fur is gonna go over here. Kurz needs to make another stealth check. Disadvantage though, because he invisible. Hey, that was good because his first roll was a 4.
And don't forget to is Passport's Trace still active?
Yes.
Yep, so don't forget the plus 10.
So Kurz is...
Pick your position, Aki, because you are in the space that I would like to be in.
Oh, well, sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna go about here. Hold on, no. Here, so I've got line of sight for the middle.
You'd have to make another stealth check since you're sort of making yourself a bit in the open.
Oh, bollocks. Okay, true. Trying to crouch behind a fern or something.
Okay.
Well, I waft my hands and use Cool Lightning. Hold on. Stealth. Boom.
17.
17.
Okay.
Please don't be observant.
Okay.
Okay, so now what's the next step? It's Mev shoves this one here.
Yep.
Yeah. So the plan is going to so essentially, so let me see if I get this right on the order of this. So Mev is going to shove the one near, we'll say Bambi for the sake of it, near Bambi closer.
5 foot forward, yeah.
Yep. Then Coal Lightning is going to be casted on them, plus Shatter, plus using Thaumaturgy.
Yeah. To make,
then
to make hers shout louder.
Yep.
And
then Valkyr's going to appear in front of them and in their mind shout leave.
Yep.
Okie dokie. So.
You fucking ready?
Alright.
Alright, I hope that this strength thing works. I mean, if not, Valkyr will just straight up attack him, but...
Yeah.
Alright, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
For the creature. Okay.
Yep.
These guys look buff. I'm scared.
You know, despite the fact that these things cause all that damage, they're not efficient in those saving throws. That is... Ooh, that's probably a fail. That's a 12.
Fail. Like, just fail.
Oof.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus, McGorm. Okay, good.
Okay, so they get shoved how many feet?
Just 5.
5 feet this way?
Yep.
Alright, so they get full... So, you sort of watch. This is more from Kinling's perspective, since he's kind of just he's a backup. You sort of watch as the goblinoid creature sort of like moves over to push the Bambi from the other side, and as he does, like he tumbles backwards as Mevler pulls him through.
I got some news.
What? What? What's the news?
I just realised that Pass Without Trace and Cool Lightning are both concentrations.
It's fine. We already made our checks.
Okay, great. Whatever.
Yep. Already made our checks. We're good.
Yep.
Okay. In that case, once that one gets shoved closer, everyone watches as suddenly the sky above them darkens and a thunderbolt lands right here. Meaning that all 3 of the creatures must make 3d10. Actually, hold on. Yeah, no, make dexterity saving throws for them, please, Tom.
Okay, I will switch. Even though there's potentially not a chance of battle, I will switch to the battle music just to make it look thematically better. Right, so all 3 of them need to make dex saving throws.
Yes, please. Let me quickly roll the damage, because it's 3d10 lightning damage.
Yeah,
it's annoying that it's not a storm already, because otherwise it'll be 4d10.
I'm pretty sure 2 of them failed. What's a DC for it?
Well, it would be DC 16. It's my DC spell save, wouldn't it?
Yep. Well, I mean, if you pull up the spell, it'll say what the DC is. Like, when you put it into the chat.
Okay, hold on. Let me get it in the chat then. Bing.
DC 16? Yeah, one of them just makes a save.
Another bitch. Okay. So then it's 3d10. And not plus anything, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 3d10 lightning damage or half on... So... Oh, man. So 14 damage for 2 of them, 7 for the other.
Yep. I'll put that in there, so... That one, and then 7 this one. Alright, and then it's the Shatter.
Yeah, just make sure to put the shatter away from Bambi.
Yep, shatter is away from Bambi, so if I center it here, it should hit all 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let me just double check something really fast.
I know they have to make a saving throw at the very least.
Save that throw.
Roll 20. Why don't you roll the thing, please?
Because it's never a Karmora session without technical issues.
Hell yeah.
Spell save of 11, a con saving throw.
That should be a 12.
12, got it. All 3 make their saving throw, so they take half damage.
Just 1 second. I'm just trying to see what type of damage it is.
It's Thunder.
Thunder.
3d8 thunder damage. Yeah.
Use my Divine Smite on that?
No, that's
You
physical
cannot
attacks.
use smite on that. Smite is melee only.
Oh, you did say these guys look like stone, right?
Yes.
It does say a creature made of inorganic material such as stone, crystal, or metal has
They're still, they're not like stone creatures. They're clearly organic.
They're not like a golem. Okay, fair.
Yeah, they're not like a golem.
Okay. And
So...
now...
If you did them all. I think now it was Valkyr.
7. Yeah, Valkyr and Kurz at the same time.
Okay. So...
And Valkyr will center here.
Fucking cockamamie scheme, I love it.
Yeah.
Kurz is...
Valkyrs!
I'll just have Kurz do a charisma check since he proficient in intimidation.
I hope that he gets advantage after the shit that we just put them through.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, that's nice.
All right.
Finally, someone in this party gets advantage.
I give plenty of advantage.
I don't know what you mean. I try to like ham my way to get advantage all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but how often does that work?
Varying results.
Okay, so Valkyr, you just watch as Valkyr sort of appeared for everything as as you watch as they sort of like look down at the ground and look around. Valkyr appears, Glaive sort of like Glaive just standing, just almost ready to attack them. Mev, you hear as Valkyr like yells this out to them individually. You hear Valkyr in your head say, "Foolish creatures! You have attacked somebody of the forest! I advise you flee before the forest wrath gets you."
That'll do. That'll do.
You're so cool.
Okay, so
Do we get a roar from Thingy? From the Curse?
I already rolled for Kurz.
Okay, cool.
His intimidation. Yeah, go ahead and make an intimidation check for that one, Mev.
Again, do I get advantage too?
I would say yes, because Kurz is also
Okay.
helping out.
Oh, just because of Curse, okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Intimidation. Okay, not bad. Not bad.
Okay, pretty good.
Okay. So I'm going to roll to see which ones hold their
This is such a
nerve.
fucking like harebrained scheme. Like holy shit.
I know. I love it so much.
Okay. You saw. You watch as these two just instantly scarper. This one runs that way. This one runs in your guys' direction.
Piss.
So I'll need you all to make stealth checks.
No
with
plus
it-
10, everyone.
With advantage, because he is
Oh, yeah.
absolutely terrified.
Okay, come on, advantage, be nice.
And you said that was stealth for all?
Yes. He's literally running past your thing in fear,
Shit.
but you have advantage, so...
Didn't help.
One. Okay. Same for you, Mev. It'll be a straight
I got
roll for
10.
yourself.
Sorry. What is happening?
So
I have to
this
call someone.
this creature is scarpering, but heading in your directions.
And everyone gets advantage.
Yes, but because you got the heavy armor, it's a standard for
Yeah.
you, unfortunately.
So.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Wow! Amazing!
Oh my god. 1 and 0. Oh,
This
fucking heavy armor, man.
this other one though is going to make an attack onto Valkyr. What's Valkyr's AC?
16.
He just makes a hit, so Valkyr vanishes.
Okay, that's fine.
But then you hear Valkyr again, loudly in your head, clearly directed towards this one.
Mm-hmm.
Did I not warn you, creature? I will not ask you again. That's gonna be...
He's getting into character.
He's so hammy, I love it.
Do I have time to do another lightning strike?
You do, yes.
In that case, another lightning strike here, please, in front of him.
Okie dokie. Which...
Oh yeah, sorry, hold on, let me get the damage. 3d10.
Alrighty.
21 damage. If he fails to save.
Focusing on the goblin that he doesn't make a save, but focusing on it as a lightning hits, he doesn't appear to be affected by the lightning strikes.
Wait, what?
Ooh.
Yeah, like it doesn't seem to do any damage to him whatsoever.
You are kidding me. Okay.
Okay.
But that does mean
Bad.
he re-rolls on keeping his nerve, which he loses. So he also runs. Now for this one that's running through, gonna run by. I just need to have the average of this.
Fur, we're in combat. Kill him. Kill him, Fur.
I mean, you guys can initiate combat with that thing if you'd like.
Oh. Fucking.
Kinley would like to.
I mean, I think I'm fucking caught, so.
I might be caught as well.
Yeah.
Don't
So
make the first blow though. If he swings round to attack.
he
Yeah, let's see
runs
if
this
he
way.
attacks first.
He's still running, but he does notice. He does notice you, and he sort of like slows down a little bit.
If he's slowing down, can I do like a Valkyrie jump scare?
Yep. So Valkyrie appears there. I mean, Kinley, you can make an attack if you'd like to with your javelin. Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll with your javelin. That would be a 7. That misses.
Can I Eldritch Blast?
Yep, sure. Go ahead and make an attack roll for the Eldritch Blast.
Do I have to like roll intimidation?
Well, we'll just let these do their moves first.
Yeah.
Since I'm going to try to hit twice, I'm just gonna do it with advantage so I don't have to roll twice.
Yep, just a separate roll. Gotcha. Both miss.
Damn.
Okay.
Though, I'm just gonna roll some here. Would Valkyr have the smarts to do that? Yes, he would!
I hope so. God.
Kier smart the boy.
So first the javelin comes flying and lands just a few feet shy of the creature's foot. He sort of stops running, so steps back. As he does, the ground sort of erupts from the mist eldritch blast, and as the smoke clears, standing where the eldritch blast hit is Valkyr.
Fuck yeah.
And just see him sort of lean down towards the creature. I will not ask again. Make an intimidation check for Valkyr with advantage because this thing is still spooked.
Woo! Oh my god, Valkyr!
In the space of 12 seconds. Oh, that's a high DC.
20.
It better shit itself.
Yep, nope. It runs. And it just runs off the map.
Valkyr!
You guys beat a combat encounter through ingenuity.
Do you guys want me to hunt it down? I can run.
Fucking. Mev goes up to Valkyr and hugs him as best she can. You are so cool. You're amazing.
How are you gonna hug Valkyr?
Technically, he's part of me, so.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay. Thank
Bring it back
you.
to one turn. Huh.
Aki will walk towards the body of Bambi, whoever this is.
Okay. Mev turns to you too when she's getting over her excitement. No, we won. That's it. Great job, Valkyr.
We need to move quickly before they come back.
Right. Again.
Okay, I go over to the Bambi-like creature. First of all, just from looking at it now close, is it actually
what now?
Is it
Is it
actually
actually
Bambi?
Bambi?
No, this appears to be much younger. Look, it's hard to tell, but especially given the wounds that she's got, but maybe early 20s.
Okay.
Okay.
Aki will. Is she conscious?
Her eyes are closed.
Okay, Aki's gonna hit her with a 2nd level cure wounds.
All right. Go ahead and roll the healing.
Hold on, let me check. 1d8, so that'd be 2d8 plus my spellcasting modifier, which is 5. Okay. 2d8 plus 5 coming up. Whoa, not 23. Not 23, that'd be fine. 2d8 plus 5, ping.
15. All right. So you watch as some of the bruises fade, some of the cuts heal up. And you just sort of, even though she hasn't opened her eyes, you do hear her exhale. Like almost like a sigh of relief.
Yeah, and Aki will go. And Aki will go like, "Don't worry, they're gone, but they might come back. Is it okay if we move? Is it okay if we move you to somewhere safer?"
There's no response.
She's probably still unconscious.
Okay.
Let's try to cut her down carefully.
Yes. Tell you what, I'll bear her weight. Use ropes.
Right. Mev will. I'm assuming Aki is like holding her.
I am, yeah.
Yeah, Mev will cut the rope.
Okay, you have to climb up the tree a little bit.
That's fine. Yep.
Alright. Thor also looks over to Kinlan. It's like, Kinlan, two's better than one.
Fur. One of them was playing with her bow. Make sure. Should be somewhere on the ground.
Okay. Fur said that 2 are better than 1 for holding on to the not Bambi.
The fawn.
Yeah. Well, she's not a fawn, she's got human legs, but you know.
Still, antlers.
Mm-hmm.
She's younger than Bambi. She's fawn.
Ah. That's what you mean.
Exactly, you get it.
That's what you meant. I thought you meant fawn as in, like, the mystical creature, not name fawn.
Nope, she's fawn now.
Alright.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
1 second. Can we take a quick break?
sure.
Like, it's almost break time. It's just a little early, so.
Okay, yeah, 10-minute break.
Awesome.
And we're back. So, you are able to successfully cut off they're not even like ropes, it's clearly like various vines and such that the creatures have just grabbed to use to tie Fawn up. And eventually you sort of like place her down near the at the base of the tree.
Should we perhaps set up camp? Or
Not here. There's all the chance that those creatures will return.
right.
We need to. I will carry her, and we will go a few miles down the road. There, we will set up camp.
Maybe you can be a bear.
Maybe I could be a bear. Abby goes.
All right. Matt
mean,
will get up and help pick up Fawn.
I mean, they're quite skinny and slight, aren't they? These hunter ladies.
Yeah.
Okay. So hold
These
on.
hag children. I'm still holding on to that.
That what? Sorry.
Hag children.
Oh yeah, hag children. Hold on. How much strength am I packing? I've got 14 strength. Do you think I'd be able to carry her by myself, like fireman's carry?
Probably, yeah.
You can carry Havelock like that.
So yeah, you should be able to carry her.
Is it? Oh yeah, that's true. I should be able to. In that case, I'll go.
I'm pretty sure a
Okay.
bear's stronger.
Is Fur stronger?
I'm pretty sure a bear is stronger than Aki.
Oh, it almost certainly will be. Hold on, let me check.
Let's see. Black...
It will have to be whatever. Is it a black bear? I can't remember whatever bear in the. A quarter is a half a star. It's half a rating.
That's a black bear, and yes, it is stronger than you.
In that case, I guess. No, but the problem is with the black bear, I can't. So it would have to be like strapped to me. She would have to be like strapped to me.
Well.
Also, how buff is Mev?
Mev is just as buff as Aki, but probably more toned.
Okay, it's not all about glamour, okay? Thank you. And
she,
I think
she she could carry this girl.
Yeah. Okay, but why are we like debating this? Okay.
You're the one that was debating it.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna turn into a bear. Fuck it.
Again. Wearing a maze.
Aki turns to the group and basically says, "Okay, I think if we're looking for speed and strength, then mortify into a bear, and we will need to run in hold on, that direction." And he points to he points northeast, northwest, so away from the direction of where any of the creatures ran in. And he says, "Okay,
we should go back to the path."
Indeed. But I'm trying to make sure that we don't encounter these creatures again.
If we encounter one, we encounter one, but we really should go back to the path before we lose it.
Okay, yes, true. Okay, we'll head back to the path. We'll head back to the path then.
Right.
So you grab some of those ropes and strap her to my back when I transform into a bear. Okay.
I'm sure she'll appreciate that. Okay.
And everyone watches as Aki just sort of goes down on his knees, bends forward, and then just grows a shaggy coat of and his mouth horribly shapes into that of his face contorts into a fully formed black bear.
All right.
I can't do bear noises. That was unlucky. I'm not Matt Mercer.
I will go ahead and tie Fawn by like the waist to Aki.
Great.
All right. Fur does come back with her weapons. She sort of just holds up what remains of the bow. Guessing they broke it, messing about with it.
We can at least give it to her. Maybe she can repair it.
Yeah. Also, it still seems fine though. Just sort of like picks up and twirls it a few times.
All right, that's good.
Yeah, Aki will take 2 looks around in his bear form and then start bounding towards the back to the path.
Right. So, how far are you guys traveling like this?
I mean, we're probably gonna just try to get back to the path and then set up camp.
Yeah.
Okay. So about 20-30 minutes go by.
Okay, great.
Then you're
Does
eventually...
she like stir in any of that time?
It doesn't seem like it.
Okay.
Like, you do check, she is still breathing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then yeah, we'll keep going.
Yeah, okay. So, does anything happen before we get to camp?
No, it's only about 15 minutes of travel, so...
Okay, great. So yes, when we get back to the path and find a little clearing on the trail, Bear Aki takes this like pokes his head up, takes two looks around for any danger. First of all, does he see anything?
Make a perception check.
Come on, 30. Yeah, it's just 28. That's not very good.
Not very good at a 20 yet. Not that you can see currently.
Okay, great. In that case, Aki will transform back into his normal self.
Okay.
With just again standing like kneeling and all, but now with a grown woman. And Aki kind of goes, "Oh, of course." And I guess now because the ropes have been adjusted, he kind of like
She just slips off.
yeah, basic. Or he tries to like
Hell.
he tries to like hold onto her and kind of like transition her into a into like a fireman's carry, like slide her forward on his back,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there he'll sit back he'll sit back on his knees, and then just sort of lay her down, lay Fawn down on the ground as he stands up, dusts himself off, and say, "Right, well, I think we should be safe, and Mevela and the others, Mevela, Havelock, you get camp set up. Kindling, you start preparing provisions for dinner. She's going to be hungry. I will see what I can do. I will see what I can do to quicken her healing and ease her pain."
Look at you, you're being a leader.
I'm Aki. It's a bit hard. Yeah. You do see Aki starts blushing. Well, I suppose I should start trying. Why not do it, saving a life?
Move grins at this. Fur, do you think you could assess the damage on that bow?
Yes, Fur.
What's the simplest way to put it? It's fucked.
It's fucked.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
She might know a way to mend it. Just keep it all together, keep it safe, make sure her sword is in working order as well. Other than that, do you have a knowledge of improvising medicine and healing in the wilds?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, then you can help me ease. Then you can help me look up. Thank you, Fair. Okay, and then again, Aki will grab onto his bag. He will take out his sleeping bag, place it on a bit of the ground, and then pick up Fawn and lay her on top of the sleeping bag, so she's not resting in the dirt. And then he will. First of all, how's her condition after the time and the being stuck on a bear's back?
He's still unconscious.
Okay, Aki will Can Aki just take a close look at now that she's sort of like laying down? Can Aki take a close look and maybe figure out what bones, that sort of thing?
Make a medicine check.
Thank you.
I feel like I should put like a timer on Ed.
Yeah, I talk a lot. I know. There you go,
Every time
14.
he's trying to explain something, I should just like see if there's like a record he could beat.
What? See what? Just where I just really over-explain something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically how my brain decides. Right, role play. Okay.
Dance, monkey.
Pretty much. That's a personal word. Is that okay? Yeah, never mind. Yeah. So yeah, 14 medicine check.
Okay.
What can I tell about her condition?
I'll also have to do a medicine check since she's what does fur do? Ooh.
No, that's not a good sound.
So you sort of both work towards like trying to see what might be wrong with her. Quite a bit you can sort of tell. Her face is heavily bruised on one side. There are several puncture wounds in her back, with several large splinters sort of embedded on there.
Uh-huh.
The bones in her right hand are broke,
Okay.
and though you are gentle with it, it feels like she might have a few broken ribs too.
Okay. Do I have any bandages or anything I can use? Just to apply pressure on some of the wounds. Don't. Okay. To try to ease her pain, Aki will give her a 2 of his balm of the summer court.
Mhm.
So that's 2 temporary hit points, and then that's 2d6. 0. Hold on, it's not plus anything, is it? Let me check. It's not like plus
+1, isn't it?
my spell casting. Let me check. Oh yeah, it will be +1 because of equal to the total. Also gains 1 temporary hit point per die spent. Yeah, that's right. So 2d6. So she gets 7 more hit points and then 2 temporary. And I think Balm of the Summer Court is specifically like, it's almost like, it's not like healing in the same way of like how cure wounds can sew up joint, like can sew up cuts and heal bruises. It's more like alleviating pain.
Mhm.
So basically, hopefully her broken hand and her broken rib shouldn't be as hurting herself as much as it is now.
Mhm.
I think Aki just goes, yeah, Aki will turn to her and say, okay, she's got some serious injuries. Her hand the bones in her hand are shattered. She has a few, probably, from how she's breathing, she's probably got a few broken ribs. And what was that about the splinters in the back?
You can see that there's several puncture marks on her back, alongside bruising, with several like large wooden splinters in it.
And see, like, you can see that on her back there are these puncture wounds, like giant arrows. I
get the feeling
think
that's
she
where the
just-
smashed trees came from.
It's a workable theory for now, but I believe you're correct. Wait, so those creatures were just smashing her broken body against the trees?
It would seem so.
And the fates have been kind that we found her. I think what she needs now, first of all, to alleviate the pain on her back. We need a way of possibly seeing if we can remove some of the splinters still remaining in her hands.
Yeah, I got the smallest hands here. I can probably grab them.
Indeed, if I roll her onto the side or onto her front, we'll be able to remove as much as you can.
I can certainly try.
Okay, well, first of all, we need to
Get the tweezers.
if you're doing that, we need you to wash your hand. We need your hands to be as clean as possible. Where is the alchemy jug?
Evlock has it.
Probably with Havelock.
Okay, Havelock. Okay, Aki will shout over to Havelock and Havelock, please. That's self-filling jug of yours. Please get it filled. Please get it filled with some fresh water.
All the water, half the water. What are we talking about?
Still need a clean drink. How? Wait. Can I hold on. Let me check. 1 second. D&D 5e alchemy jug.
I mean,
And
we
we
can
have-
always do it full and then fill up our water skins.
That is true.
What is left over?
Aki goes. Clean water is always good. Just fill it to the brim, please.
All right. I would like to use the jug to get 8 gallons of fresh water, please.
Okie dokie.
Okay. I will roll her onto her side. Fer, you go and clean your hands in fresh water. We don't want an infection coming.
Alright. So Fur uses the alchemy jug to clean her hands.
Alright, Aki will very carefully and as softly as he can with his half orc strength, will try to roll Fawn first onto her side and then gauge her reaction and then judge that as to whether I'd be able to roll.
She does wince.
I'm sorry. This is for, I promise the pain. I promise this will be worth it, and I will very slowly go. I'll go 3, 2, 1, and then slowly roll her onto our front.
Okay. The rest of you can see now that her back is peppered with bruises and puncture marks, several with wooden splinters sticking out of it.
Mm-hmm. What the fuck did they do? Why?
I'd hazard a guess those
Yeah, get that.
trees were
Okay.
where her back met them.
Such callous torture over defeated foe as well. Do you remember Bambi discussing something about a war?
You said this before.
I know, but you'd think there'd be some sort of rules for engagement in this. Okay, Fer, you're the ones probably with the smallest deftest. Try as hard as you can, get as many of these wooden splinters out of her back.
Okay, so I was going to make a dex check.
Ooh.
He's able to get a handful of them out, but not a lot of them.
Typically, more, I don't want to say civil people, more uptight people. Usually there's rules of combat, things that are honorable.
Indeed. So, there would be an unspoken agreement that at a certain hour in the night, people would go to the battlefield dead. People would avoid those captured would be treated well and given food and water. Those sort of things. Where everyone recognizes the beastliness of warfare, so makes it as needfully violent as it can be.
They try to make it as humane as possible, even though it's still fucked.
So it's going to make another try and get the splinters out. There we go.
Yay!
So eventually Fur's able to get the splinters out. They are various sizes. Some of the ones that she pulls out are almost as long as her own hand. But eventually...
Okay, so are there still some deep ones in there then?
It's difficult to tell.
Okay.
And And Fur mentions much like, well, unless there's some that we can only get by cutting her open, best I can get.
What about suction?
Do we have anything that could do that?
I was gonna say.
Well, I know a trick.
Well, we
Or,
we don't exactly have good medical supplies out here. I think your trick might be the best we can get. So, go on ahead, Mevela. See what you can do.
well, I could also try to get it out mind-wise, but I don't know how will that work.
Well, so you could maybe like use telekinesis on it to try to pull some of the barbs out.
I could try.
It's worth it. Yes. Try both.
All right. I will. Mev will kneel down, get close so that she can like see them properly.
Mm-hmm.
And I will try to pull some of the splinters out telekinetically.
Okay. Well, it's been a while, so I forget which roll we said to do when it was like trying to use it for anything other than shoving. Was it intelligent? I think. It was intelligence or wisdom, but I don't remember which.
I believe it was intelligence because I boosted my intelligence with it.
Then yeah, intelligence. Yeah. So go ahead and make a intelligence check. While it's happening, Fursurf looks over it, killing and Havelock. Any you two good at woodworking?
Oh, no.
No, but I could give it a shot.
He like takes out a small hand axe and sort of like tosses it towards you. I need you guys to well, one of you to get some wood into as close to a like flat piece as possible for a hand. Relatively thin too.
You
She
got
wants
it.
you to make a splint.
The other one, I guess find either some strong vines or if you've got some rope, find a way to make that sort of like makeshift bandages.
Or Aki, because I think Aki wears sort of like a puffy linen shirt. That is by this point quite filthy. And he goes, "Well, I could see if I could rip off one of my sleeves and."
I have scraps of cloth.
Oh, fantastic! I think if you would be able to somehow get those cloths as clean as you can, then we'll need to use them as bandages to wrap her ribs with. Get them compressed. Take the pain away.
Alrighty, Havelock's gonna give Aki the scraps of cloth that he has, and then he's gonna go
How did
chop
the
some
scraps of
wood.
cloth look? Given they've been in your bag in the jungle for probably a while.
Probably a while.
Probably fine. He's probably just had them pressed
Yeah,
between
they've been kept away.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So yeah, then Aki will. First of all, because again all the suffering she's been, Aki will probably give her another balm of the summer. So then to 3 balm of the summer court. Oh, Tom's gone.
Yeah, Tom is taking a phone call real quick.
Fair enough.
Oh, how are all of you?
Good, trying to save someone's life here.
Man, y'all are gonna love my trick.
Oh, please tell me. Wait, is it literally you just like put your mouth over the wound and suck as hard as you can?
God.
Please tell me it is literally just like what you do when someone gets bitten by a snake.
No,
Okay.
it's an actual medical treatment. I will say that.
Okay.
It's an actual medical treatment.
How would
Fucking-
Neverland know it?
Probably because they have to deal with being impaled with objects all the time. And it would make a lot of sense for her to know this fucking rinky-dink trick.
That's fair, yeah.
Again. They had to patch themselves up on the seas. Makes sense that Mev knows at least, some kind of bullshit thing.
That is fair. I mean, I wouldn't exactly call something that could save this woman's life bullshit, but and Aki just has picked up just some stuff from like being in the wilds with his grandparents and just from like education. He would have been taught some kind of like biology and medicine. This
Yeah.
is part of his druid training.
So,
I am back.
So basics, just like
hi Tom.
Hello.
We were,
bandages.
we were talking about how Mev could possibly have any medical knowledge, and I was like, she's
I
lived on
wasn't
the
saying it. I wasn't
highway.
saying. I wasn't saying it like that. I wasn't saying like.
Oh.
I wasn't saying like. I'm sorry. Did you go to bullshit university? I was basically saying like I was trying to figure out like, okay, what's this trick and how would Mev know it?
Yeah. Fucking Ed's guess was that I was just gonna try and suck the splinters out like a snake bite, which is also not. You should not do that.
No, you shouldn't. Yeah, I know. I'm basing that off a scene in
Fucking.
a terrible comedy starring Danny McBride and James Franco, a serious actor.
All right. So, Aki has scraps of cloth right now.
Mhm.
Havelock and Kinley are going to get the splint stuff. Mev takes out one of her glass vials that's empty.
Mhm.
And she puts it over the fire and she heats it up.
Oh.
Yep.
I know what you're doing.
And
Okay.
I will say this is probably going to burn her. But the suction from her skin should take it out.
All right. In that case, I'll give her something else. I'll give her another one of my magics for the pain, and I'll give her another bomb the summer. So another d6 plus 1.
Alright.
One
It
temporary hit
shouldn't
point.
it should not scald her or like melt her skin or anything, but definitely like a 1st-degree burn.
Yeah.
And Mev will put it on one of the splinters and it should suction it out.
Yeah. It's I think this one is just like, what is it, like changing pressure or something like that? I forget like the particular.
Yeah. Do you know what? Have you
Yeah.
ever seen cupping?
Yes, I
It's
know,
like
I
the
know what cupping is. Yes.
I think she's using that, but just use the suction to draw something
Yep.
out instead.
Yeah.
That is what she's doing.
It does draw some blood, but you are able to get a handful of the splinters out. At this point, like you can't really see any visible on the surface of her skin. If there are any more, they're too deep for you to see.
Alright. Okay. I think I've done all I can.
Thank you very much, Neverland. That worked excellently.
Just make sure to treat the burns.
Absolutely.
They aren't terrible, but it's not nice.
Can I do a nature check, Tom, to see if I can see any like local plant life that I know would be to like I could make into like some kind of salve or something for the burns?
Sure, make a nature check.
Thank you. Look at us being all nice.
Fucking.
Do you think
We're
our old group would
so
have
smart, guys.
I know, right? Do you think the God's Headache would just left her?
I feel like the God's Headache wouldn't have left her, but they
We would
would
be doing
not
this
have been
much
able
effort.
to treat her as much. They would have just like Nem would have slapped Lay on hands and been like, okay, there's nothing else we can do.
Okay, 11. What do I find, Tom?
11. You find a few herbs that have got medicinal properties to them.
Okay. Yeah,
Like,
Aki
if
will-
anything, there would be a somewhat okay-ish method to nullify the pain.
Okay, fair enough. Aki will take out his herbalism kit and use it to sort of grind the the pestle and mortar and some of the other things he has in there to make some of these leaves he knows into a, and then he'll start putting that onto the burns left by the cups, by the vials, sorry. And then once he's done all that, with the ointment still on, hopefully, he'll take the cloth that Havelock gave him and will wrap her torso, making sure that it covers both the puncture wounds and has enough pressure to compress her ribs.
At this point,
and again, trying like lifting her up to. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but this will be for the best. And not knowing if she can hear him.
all right. At this point, whichever one was working on the splint, is handed back. It's pretty basic, but from what you've got to work with, it's the best that you're gonna get.
Okay, and then I will secure that around her hand. Then I'll secure it in the hands, making sure that it's sort of laid out flat and the bones are sort of aligned. That was very painful. I'm sorry.
Crack, crack, crack.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be horrible. Oh no.
Crunchy.
I might even have to take a medicine check actually to make sure I don't do it badly.
Yeah, make a medicine check.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean,
setting bones is
should be
quite tricky.
assisting though.
Yeah.
So it's for helping.
Yeah, she's helping.
Yay, advantage. How was her medicine?
Not very good.
Okay. Oh, medicine's wisdom. That's right. Are
She
you
is-
kidding me?
She is not proficient. Wow.
Wow. I hate the world and all who live in it. That's a 2 and a 3. No,
That's
hold on,
a
no,
1 and a 2.
That's a 1 and a 2.
That
Oh.
is cosmic.
Look, the gods do not want this woman to have her hand. Okay.
You do the best that you can,
Okay.
Yeah.
but realize that it's probably going to be better just to accept what you've done than risk making it worse.
Jesus. Yeah. Okay.
Alright. Fucking.
I was doing so well.
If that is the case, I think we have she's kind of set up, isn't she?
As best as she can be.
The camp is set up.
Okay. Aki
alright.
will, how far away is she
From where, sorry?
from the fire? 'Cause
Relatively
she needs to be
close.
kept warm as well. Sorry.
Relatively close, maybe 5-10 feet away.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, cool.
I did reach over to like suction her, so
That is true.
yeah.
So, I'm a child. Okay, cool. So yeah, she's close to the fire, so she can stay warm. Okay. I think Aki goes. All right. Well, I guess now all we can do for her is give her time and make sure that she, when she's able, gets plenty of food and water, and she should be okay.
All right. I guess.
Aki just stands up, does a big stretch, and go. I'm starving.
Kindling? It's for she looks up at the sky. Lunch? Dinner? Dinner. Dunch. I like Dunch better.
Yeah, if you think about
Fur
what
finishes off her. In fact, I'll do just one comment. Check the fur. As she is dealing with, you know, the fact that Fawn has one less antler.
Yeah.
The 13 is just like.
However, antlers normally can grow back.
Yeah. It's first off like looking, she's just there like, well, good news, it's a clean break. Clean-ish.
Great. Well, does it look infected or anything stuck in it?
No.
In the wound?
No, it looks very bloody though. Probably because she's been hanging upside down for who knows how long.
Of course, yes. All right, let's. Do I have any leftover cloth from her bandages? Like, just to try to stem the bleeding from her broken antler, or what her antler used to be.
I've got some. Don't worry, I got it.
Great, thank you. Just see if you can get the bleeding to stop. Losing that much cannot be good.
While they're doing the last minute patches, Mev will help Kindling, like, give everyone, like, a bowl of food.
Mm-hmm.
What time of day is it actually, though?
It's just gone past, you would assume, maybe just past midday. Traveling for about 3 to 4 hours.
Alright. Well, I guess we're kind of settled here until she wakes.
Indeed. We have no way of moving her safely through this place. Not while she can't move under her own power. So I say we stay here until she wakes up and is better. As better as she can be.
God. Who am I, Nori?
Fucking nerd.
Yeah, Mev nods in agreement. I guess we should all get settled. And she sits down by the fire. Is it question time?
Well, sure, go ahead.
Yeah. Alright.
As it's happening, Fur just looks over to Curse and just says in Draconic, so only Kindling hears what she's saying. Just keep an eye on her, alright? Just sort of like lazily looks over before walking right over to Fawn and just sort of lying down next to her.
Okay.
Move on.
Question time. Question time.
Question time.
Okay. Let's see. Who gets it? I'm guessing Fur is taking herself out.
In regards to what?
Just like she's not really with the party right now.
Oh,
She's kind of resting.
No, she is. She's with the party. Okay. She's just told Kurz to just stay near Fawn. That's all.
Okay. Let me see. I had to decide who I was gonna roll, or like what die I was gonna roll. Okay. I will send this question to the person.
Oh, jeez.
Then I will delete this question.
Okay, Aki kind of staring off into up into the midday, I guess, sky. Looking all around and back at the group, he'll kind of think, if in our future we end up sailing the great seas in search of adventure, and we encounter a great maelstrom, a mighty cataclysm of sea, sky, and wind. Who would you, amongst our number, would most want to be by your side and to survive on a desert island? Do you think?
Like the one, like one other person.
Indeed, only one of in this wreck. Only one of, apart from yourself, only one other will survive. So perhaps which of you prefer? Which of us would you prefer to survive?
Mev stares at you for the longest time, Auntie.
Without blinking?
Yeah, kind of. She's kind of flabbergasted at you.
Lizard Mev. Lizard Mev.
All right, okay. Let's phrase it a bit less morbidly. Fine. If you had to be stuck on a desert island with a member of the Tull, who would it be?
Well, I agree with what Kindling asked. Is this for survival or for rescue?
Well,
Or survival until rescue?
that's up for you. Or it could be who would be the best at surviving, or it could be whose company, so you wouldn't end up, throttling each other.
Okay. Mev starts to think about it. I'm gonna wait for some of you guys to respond, though.
Havelock looks like he's already thought about this kind of question.
Of course he has.
Okay, so Aki will go, I need some time. I'm truly weighing up whether I want the person to be. I would want the person for their usefulness or the quality of their company.
You're the one that brought the question up, and you don't even have an answer?
That makes sense. He usually doesn't have an answer.
It was an interesting thought experiment, thank you, and I would want to be. What's the point of asking a question if I already know the answer?
If he has the jar, I suppose it would be useful.
Thanks, Kindling.
I think mine. If we're thinking purely company, probably Mevelair. Purely utility, Havelock, I believe. Simply because Havelock can summon water at will, and he probably can. I feel like if he can summon a tentacle, he might also summon some kind of also aquatic creature from the depths to aid us.
Okay. I'd probably pick, and of course this is assuming that everyone else somehow lives, because I don't feel very comfortable with a "who would you rather die" question.
Yes, that was me asking the question accordingly. Sorry.
I think I would go with Fur Aki. I mean, Fur can traverse the land pretty well and give a good, chance of survival. Plus, there's Cutters, who doesn't want the dragon on their side. And I mean, Aki kind of for the same reasons, but he can literally conjure food and plants. He can, like, control water and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Thank you. I also think it's pretty cool.
But if you did ask me a who would I prefer to live and who would I prefer to die question, that Havelock's living. Fuck you all.
I didn't know I expected anything else, frankly.
I'm kidding.
I feel like that would potentially drive wedges between people if I genuinely expected a response of who in the group want to see die.
Oh yes. Then I would have hit you.
Exactly. I understand that I'm not the most. I don't have the most sense when it comes to saying the right things, but I think even then I'd even line at saying at a question like that. I at least hope.
Havelock, fur.
Guess it'd be a toss-up between either Aki or... Well, he looks over at Havelock and Kindling. Maybe... If Havelock doesn't have the job, then... one of those two.
Everyone acts like the jar is the only thing about me that can summon water. I can summon water!
Yeah,
Hey,
but the jar
hey.
can summon other things too.
Exactly, we can get drunk with the jar.
Aki, you don't get drunk. You did it once.
Angry drunk cat.
Desperate times. Wouldn't desperate times call for desperate measures? The misery of being stuck on a desert island would probably consumption.
I don't know. Would you want to sit there getting grumpy instead of surviving?
If it helps me forget my situation, then perhaps.
I'd
Oh, bullshit.
probably go with Aki. You know, he can turn into stuff, so... I don't know, maybe he could turn into a dolphin or something like that, and find dry land or help. I can hunt for myself, so...
Exactly. I don't think I could turn... Sorry, that was an out-of-character yawn. I don't think I'd be able to transform into a creature that would be able to bear a weight and sort of carry us across the sea, but I would certainly be able to hopefully find help. Or even ask the creatures of the sea for help.
That's what I mean.
Yes, not to bang my own drum, but I do fear that perhaps out of all of us, I'd probably be the most useful in a situation.
I don't think that's necessarily true. I think you guys are forgetting Havelock can fucking breathe underwater.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Oh, of course, yes. That's a good point, actually, yes.
I also think in like the long term, like if we were stuck on that island for years, I think I'd have the advantage there because Kurz would eventually be big enough just to fly us out of there.
Indeed.
See? Big fucking dragon.
Can
no.
you swim?
Can Kurt swim, actually?
I believe you can, yes.
Again. Okay. Mev's gonna look to Havelock, because Havelock has not answered.
So you see, if I had to choose anybody, sorry, Aki, I mean, like, you'd be a good choice, because, like, you know, you do have the food and all that. However, we've lived through this experience once. I'd want nobody but Mev by my side. Mev and I have the highest chance of being able to get back to regular-ass land. We both can sail.
On what boat, exactly?
We could build it. We have, the skills to.
We're strong enough, we know everything about a ship. We know how to run it.
Well, it would depend on how barren the desert island is. If it was literally just with nothing on it, you can't make a ship out of sand.
We
I think.
Have you ever tried?
I've never really had the need to. Actually.
we could still get resources from the ocean. It may take a while, but we could definitely stay there for a time. We'd be able to survive, and eventually we'd be able to build a boat.
I
I
suppose.
If we're
mean, even if
lucky.
it was just us. Actually, you know what? No. Even if it was only me pulling Mevalair along in like a makeshift bucket, we'd still have a better chance of surviving.
Never fit in a bucket though.
Yes, Mev can fit in a bucket.
Mev
Depends on
could
the size of the
definitely fit
bucket.
in a bucket.
Bucket, barrel, same difference. She's
Um,
small and she's light enough for me to drag around for the ocean.
Like, not one of those super tiny ones, but if it was like middle size, she could definitely squeeze herself in.
Mevalair mid.
Mid. You know, sometimes they do that to people who violate the code. Like extreme war criminals and stuff.
Time to
dump them on a-
throw them under the boat.
But
Throw them onto a desert island to starve.
Oh,
That's right. They leave them on a desert island and basically cast them to die. So, some people do come back. If they manage to survive, their sentence is clear. They served it.
you ever seen that happen?
Mev frowns. There's kind of like a darkness in her eyes.
I believe you in God, love.
Yes, I have seen it happen a few times. Honestly, I think the island is better than the sea. When someone gets cast out to sea, they get a ship and a pistol. If you could barely call it a ship.
Like just a small boat?
That's right. What do you think the pistol's for?
Oh,
Yeah. That one is much harder to watch. She looks to Havelock when he's talking about that. She just shivers and looks away.
I'm sorry if my question to while away the time brought anything anything from your past that you wish not to have been brought up again.
It can't be worse than cannibalizing each other.
No, I brought up the punishments. It's more so I was saying that this is definitely something that Havelock and I would have thought about. I will say though, it's definitely encouraging for me to be on my best behavior.
I could imagine. Definitely beats being sent to bed with no supper.
Or yes, and I thought being grounded, not allowed to leave, and not allowed to leave the family home for 2 weeks was bad.
I I think the worst punishment I ever got is having to clean off the bottom of the ship. And luckily, that was when we were docked.
So, do you think perhaps you may have gotten off easy since you were the daughter of the captain?
She thinks about it. Yes. I mean, my mama never. She tried not to give me special treatment, but I definitely got out of a few sticky situations with her help.
Fair enough. To the extent where maybe you thought it might have ostracized from some of the other members of the crew.
The nymphs? Oh no. The nymphs are all one big family. They wouldn't do that. In fact, I often kind of made a joke of it. Everyone knew that Mama would properly take care of me. It's more so other groups that made fun of it. Not that I really cared, but my mother being who she is, you know, being a captain of the nymphs and being one of the admirals, there have definitely been a few people that have an idea in their head that I'm somehow above the law.
Right.
I'm not.
They have like many like crews and such.
Do you mean the ones that follow Mary LeBerry?
I didn't know that there were different kinds.
Yes. There are specifically 2 groups of pirates, but many different crews. She looks to Havelock, actually. I'm gonna see what he's gonna say first. Just continues eating his food.
Whatever it be.
Do you mind me saying this? Or she's saying that telepathically, by the way.
He responds with, doesn't make a difference to me if she knows or not.
Alright. Mev looks back to Fur. Specifically, the 2 groups are the cult followers and the free pirates. I'm a cult follower. Havelock is a free pirate.
Huh.
And never the twain. I suppose they make sure that that's code pirates and freed pirates aren't supposed to fraternize.
Well, the island is also called Mary LeBerry, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. On Mary LeBerry, free pirates are allowed to be there, and they will sometimes interact with each other, but generally they try to stay separate. It's more because of my position and Havelock's position that
Right.
we really shouldn't be together. My mother is a crow's nest captain.
Oh, right.
Assuming that's a big thing.
You know the, Republic leaders here?
Oh, like that level of importance.
Yes.
Huh.
There are, I think there's 4 crow's nest captains.
At least 5.
5, okay.
I look at the notes, I mean, I gotta scroll up for the conversation that we had yonks ago.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3,
There we go.
4. It's 4.
Okay, yeah.
There are 4 crow's nest captains, and they are just about the highest rank that you can be.
Huh. So when you say, like, them saying above the law, like, other crews saying above the law, you're referring to, like, the code followers, yeah?
Yes. Havelock comes from a rather infamous group. Not that he has any association anymore. But, I can definitely say if my mother found out, she would be... we would be in trouble. You're not part of them, though. You don't, fly their colors.
I would have thought at that point it'd be a choice on if you decide to or not.
Isn't red, like, one of Havelock's favorite colors? Again. You can change the name.
Yeah, that does kind of sound a bit of a, it's a pretty...
Yeah, Mev actually looks a little surprised that, Havelock just blatantly said the name. But she nods. I think the colors we chose for the Talaria are probably best for you. You look good in navies and purples. I'm surprised because I didn't think you would be so upfront. I mean, I guess they don't really understand the impact, but...
Yeah, no, I've heard of it.
Then what's the impact? She looks at Havelock again for, like, permission. Well... And keep in mind, this is all what I've heard, from either Havelock or my mother, and my mother is not a big fan of the Ruby's Wrath. But the Ruby's Wrath is quite infamous for basically being the worst fuckers imaginable. Like, it's amazing that they have not been drawn and quartered. And it's only because they're free pirates.
So they've got a reputation even among pirates as one of the worst.
Yes. My mother has been trying to get Havelock's father for ages.
Oh, he didn't Havelock say that he's the last one? So... Did she get there, or did someone beat her to it?
She looks to Havelock. Well, my mother didn't get them.
Oh! Just... You casually killed, Sort of scoots a little bit away from Havelock.
I disagree. I think the sea took them out. Well, from what you told me, it sounds more like it was a bad string of events. Oh, the typing is aggressive.
Yep.
God, I'll mute I'll go mute myself while I catch up.
This is...
I think it's very funny. I'm just imagining Aki like scribbling shit down, like, oh my god,
Aki was-
terrifying.
Write that
if it was
down,
today,
write
would be
that
the kind of
down.
guy who would... Aki, if it was a set today, Aki was...
Again. Mev just shakes her head. I don't know, call me superstitious, but the sea... The sea takes out things that shouldn't be there, and it gives gifts. It has a mind of its own. So I don't think you did it. But I suppose if you want to take the credit, you can. Alright, then agree to disagree. But, yes. Something or someone killed the Ruby's Wrath.
Well, I mean, if they're as bad as they say, then, and I don't know if this is any offense, but none if it seems like it, good riddance. Do you think I'd ever end up meeting some of them? Like, I know obviously if I stay with the Druid tribe, that's probably a no, but like...
Well, if you stick with us, I know we're bound to meet my mother.
Okay, what would their reaction be to Kurzo?
She thinks about this. I think I'm still on that, sorry. The Nymph's Needle is full of strange women. I don't think they'd bat an eye, especially if he was yours. But... the other context of our meeting. I wouldn't say you guys are exactly safe. Though that has nothing to do with the dragon.
Right, gotcha. About an hour after, because I assume the conversation's over at that, based on the long pause there.
Well, does anyone else have anything to say?
Yeah, I guess. No?
Aki, you've been really quiet after all the dropping.
I've been writing notes
Yeah, I don't know. Does Aki have like a reaction?
to all this lore dropping.
Yeah.
Aki kind of just goes, well, would there be a way of making sure we could meet your mother or interact with without getting Havelock chained and keelhauled?
Maybe
I
does your mother know Havelock's free pirate?
No, my mom knows Havelock. Trust me, my mom knows Havelock.
Well, that was my
I'd like
idea.
to see her keel haul me. It won't work.
Mev scoffs and shakes her head. I would rather her not even try.
Just to
But,
check, what was the name of the pirate island again?
Mary LeBerry.
Mary LeBerry, thank you.
My mother knows Havelock. My mom does not know that I left with Havelock. In fact, I left very suddenly. Actually, during my birthday. Yeah. So I could contact her and try to defuse the situation. But at the same time, I'm not quite sure how she feels about everything.
Betrayed, heartbroken, pissed off beyond all repair.
Mev looks at Havelock, like, as he keeps going, she just looks more and more crushed.
Well, Havelock, are you not underestimating a mother's love for her?
Probably wonders what she did wrong all these years as to why her daughter left out of the blue.
Havelock.
Yes, Havelock, stop, please.
That's not
I'm joking, Mav.
funny.
She's probably just worried about you.
How is it a joke if only the joke teller is the one who gets it? Please, there is a fine line between things said and... I'm afraid you crossed that. I'm afraid you were the wrong side of that line, Havelock. Anyway.
Yeah, Mev definitely looks a little distraught and ashamed.
Listen, do you not think your mother would be overjoyed to have her daughter back? To know that she's safe, that she survived out in the wilds, to even hear her voice, know that she's on the plains. I feel, while she may be angry and she may be angry that for your actions, she would be that will fade, and she will be delighted you still draw breath. You know, or do you think differently? Because, oh, he just left.
Sorry, it's doing that thing. Well, it's been about 8 months. I think she'd be glad, but then I think she'd be very angry.
I have heard you tell stories of your mother. She seems fierce, powerful, not sort of suffer fools gladly, but she has never come across as unfeeling or calloused, especially for her children. I do think that she will rejoice at having her daughter, at hearing from you, and if her way of dealing with the emotional shock of your return will to imprison the both of you and, I don't know, make you... Do pirates actually walk the plank? Is that something you do? They're just some stories.
Occasionally.
Well, there you go. So, okay, so if her reaction is then to lock you in the rig, keep you on a lock and key, I think I do wholeheartedly believe her rage will. In fact, quicker than you could expect.
You're right. My mom is very nice. But I don't even know if she's on the seas, if she's looking for me, if she's at Port Honor or Mary Liberty, or maybe she's even across the coast.
I mean, it would be. I mean, the one place we know that she isn't, the Morag. It'd be very strange for her to come in here. So perhaps once we make it out the other side, we will go to Port Honor and see if we can find any of the Nymph's Needle's and see if when they last heard from the ship, and if they last heard of Camilla's location. We can go from there. How does that sound?
Would that be acceptable to people? If we have to go in the opposite direction or something, I don't want to delay anyone.
Listen, frankly, as far as I'm standing, I dragged all of you into one of the most inhospitable places on the planet. So, simply just going to a town and asking after someone's mother, it pales in comparison.
We might have to go to Mary Liberty.
The famous pirate haven, where the daughter of the captain of the Nymph's Needle can at last have a sense of freedom and comfortability in her own skin. How terrible would.
Well, it is swarming with ruffians and thugs, Aki. It's very clear that Mev is trying to ward away her discomfort with a joke.
Mm-hmm.
And Aki, you might run into a lady in a bikini.
I mean, I hear it's quite. Given the place where it's said to be, I'm sure it would be warm enough where someone could wear just that little. But I mean, I feel like I could deal with a ruffian, an uncouth type. I feel like I've been somewhat steeled by my experiences recently.
Mev looks half-locked.
I understand that I'm exactly not the most. I understand that I'm not the one who can say this. I'm not the one viewing myself, but I think I'm a little bit less of a wet blanket than I was at the beginning of all this.
Well, if it doesn't bother our other travels. Okay?
All right. Well, I mean, it would be a difficult question, because again, this organization only exists to, on paper at least, facilitate my safe delivery to the druids. After that, well, we'll have to play it by ear, won't we?
It kind of sounds then like if we succeed here, you're making plans to stay with us.
Well, depending on what they say.
Mm?
And I think the associates, I haven't heard any horrible word from the company. I suppose they know that me figuring out the answers I seek can take as literal or as long as it does. So perhaps perhaps I can afford to be away from home for a little bit longer after all this is said and done. It's hard to, once you step into the world and see it for the bounty it is, to suddenly want to return to the cage, no matter how gilded and jewel-studded it may be.
Oh no, Aki would have to go back to his nice cushy life.
He
Yes, I
wouldn't
would.
have to draw his own
It's
bath anymore.
Yes, it is cushy, but it's desperately dull. I've never felt more alive than I have within these 2 months with you.
Mev grins wide. And that's kind of how I felt.
What, you mean sort of comfortable but bored?
Yes.
Can make
Like-
one rot away and turn into dust.
Mev nods. Not to mention everyone staring at you, expecting things from you.
Yeah, indeed. No matter favors people would ask of me, or just... I mean, I have said before that I'm the only half-orc I know that looked like me when back home, so people would either just ogle or run, or some children would run away scared. I'd be a local boogeyman. If I go home, that part of it I'll have to learn to bear again, basically.
I don't know how anyone could be scared of you. I mean, you're so dorky. And also, you're kind of cute. Come on.
Well,
People don't know what they're missing.
people are afraid of what they don't know and don't understand. They hear stories of wild beast men with grey skin and teeth like daggers, and then they see a slightly more human-looking one among their number, a naturalized one, you might say. Of course, it would cause distress and harm if that's all you've been taught and all you know to respond to.
Yeah. Beastmen? Oh, killing. Well, those stuffy folk don't know what they're talking about. Bev leans back.
No, they don't. Still, it's their minds that remain. Well, I suppose I can knock it. It's up to them to whether they open. I can't force their hands as much. Mask my appearance. Anyway, it's enough of my. And I'll look back and see if any changes to after this hour or however. I'll look back and see how Fawn's doing.
I mean, she's rolled over slightly.
Okay, but she's still. Can I tell her? Is she still just like breathing? She's still alive.
She's still alive, but you can't tell much else. Her back's to you.
Okay, fair enough. Wait, so she's moved?
Yeah.
Okay. Aki will take a bowl of whatever we were having for dinner, lunch, dunner.
Dunch.
Dunch, thank you. And he will take one of his mugs, fill it with clean water, and set a bowl of food and a mug of water next to Fawn.
Righty. You place it down. So stare for a few seconds before heading back to the fire.
Yeah. And I think I'll turn to the group again and say, so, be honest, do we think she'll make it?
Mm.
And she survived that much of a beating, probably has a good chance.
True. I mean, she has, given the manner of her being, she must have some sort of magical physiognomy. I don't know how they would heal and at what rate. But I don't. We may have to accept that maybe some time before she would be able to be safely moved or move under her own power. We have no way of contacting. We could possibly contact Bambi or anything like that. We weren't given any kind of way of getting her attention, did we?
And as far as I'm aware.
Right. Right. And I guess we do what we can for her, but... Okay. Yeah, you can see Aki is sort of deep in thought at the moment, weighing up options in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, if there's nothing else, you sit and wait, and just occasionally glancing back at Fawn, if there's any movement. For about an hour, nothing happens. And then you hear Curs not so much yelp, but sort of make a like a slight growling noise. You and you watch as Fawn is sort of like rolls back over and sort of begins to sit up, just instantly like pulling her hand to where to the side of the head that's missing the antler.
Okay. Aki will at hearing Kur's bark, Aki will turn around, stand up, run over, and then in Druidic say, "Please, try not to move. You've been through hell and back."
Sort of like looks up at you at that one. She has a look of confusion and is like clearly slightly groggy still.
You were, I don't know how much you remember, but you were attacked by three creatures. Not far from here. You suffered some pretty terrible injuries. We've tried our best to patch you up, but don't worry, you're safe. We are friends. We are friends of the forest. Live in it harm, or but please, we've done what we've done what we can. Just what you need now is rest, and Aki will pick up the water and the food and go, and just plenty of food and drink and energy. You need to regain your strength. Is that okay?
Did you say all that in Druidic?
I said all that in Druidic.
Just so like let's just say once like what the hell are you saying? And she says in common.
Oh, you don't speak Druidic?
No, I do not speak Druidic. What do you take me for?
Oh, I'm sorry. In that case, sentient creatures here could speak it. Sorry, that's my mistake. Listen, my name, me and my friends, we found you in the forest. You were attacked by three creatures who look like large goblins. We managed to scare them off, and you're somewhere safe. You have a few terrible injuries. You have broken ribs, puncture wounds at the back, a broken hand. So please, we've done what we can in our humble camp. So, but at the moment, you just need to rest and recuperate. You've been through a lot.
We need to do no such thing. She starts like trying to stand up.
Hey, you're going to make your injury. I beg of you. How do you expect to survive in a place like this with grievous injuries that you won't let heal?
At this point, she's at full height. Fairly tall, about 6 feet.
Okay, there we go.
We're about the same size. Okay.
Yeah, Mev will step in, and she's actually going to put a hand on this girl's shoulder. You should sit down.
We'll do no such thing.
All right. Then what are you going to do?
He looks around at all of you. Going to head back to my den. Where? That is what I'm doing.
Can't go there if we break your leg.
Havelock! Be quiet. We're not going to do that.
No more from you, Havelock. Well, we could at least look. I understand you're strong and strong-willed, but we could at least aid you in returning back to your home.
No, that is not necessary. People of the forest do not need to know.
Be honest and
Yeah.
please. Be honest and please do not let pride cloud your vision. Are you completely certain that you will be able to return home by yourself?
Yes. Yes, I will. My friend is around. He will take me there.
Your friend.
Yes.
Those goblin creatures did not look big enough to break those trees, huh?
No. Well, maybe. You don't know.
Yeah, Mev's gonna gesture to some of the broken trees. Is there a chance they did that?
I might dine a bit earlier than usual. But I'm still quite sleepy. Sorry, Dad.
When?
So I think after my game, I'll make myself some dinner and then head. Sorry, what just happened?
You were just talking to your pop there, so
Mev was asking her if there's a possibility that whatever friend she has destroyed those trees.
Oh, okay.
no, it was not my friend. He fled when I told him to. Worst timing imaginable.
Right.
Oh, he fled when I told him to, when it was clear we were outmatched.
No, I disagree this time. I'm not going to try and pry into your business, but I will tell you, we've encountered others of your kind. One was attacked and we assisted her, and the other was dead.
Oh, I've lost another sister, I see.
Mev is going to take out the rod that is no longer functional, but she gave us this to search for our quarry, if you needed proof.
He reaches forward with a good hand and sort of like looks it away, looking at the flower. Say a quarry, yes?
That's right. We're searching for the druid tribes that are here.
But you're not people of the forest.
No, but we're, I guess, looking for a certain type of them.
So, like, it's like, which ones?
Looks to Aki.
Aki goes, I believe they're called the Myrmidon.
Murderton.
The Muradon, sorry.
This used to be their land. Before they moved on. Deeper into the Morag.
Would you have any idea of where they went?
A vague idea. Consider this returning the favor for what you have done. So, like, as best she can, with her hand in a splint, just like cups the flower, and just so like you see her gently like breathe on it, and you can see at this point the flower is now like back in full bloom. Hands it back to you, Mev.
Mm-hmm.
I know not where they went fully. I don't care. Never cared about it. Just so like almost stretches slightly, wincing, get the down to her ribs. But that will keep you in the rough direction.
Mm.
You are close, though. I don't know of any of my other sisters who has territory here.
Is this your territory then?
Yes. They gave it to me when they returned to their main area.
Right. You... Are you absolutely positive that you do not want any help? And don't be prideful about that. You know that's stupid.
You say you're scared of those creatures. You know roughly where they went.
They all scattered in separate directions.
Yes, but
Indeed,
roughly
one-
where? Because
Aki like sort of looks out and then goes, one fled, and he kind of points like he goes like one fled in that direction. The other one, another one fled to behind us, and another one, across from there, and like indicates to where he thinks that they went.
Good.
Mm,
Good.
We may have.
Yeah, Aki.
I know he was going. We believe we convinced him that we convinced them that you were under some kind of divine protection. And they seem to have gotten the message.
Well, thank you. I'd probably avoid heading in those directions. And at this point, Aki, you can see what looks to be a large deer, sort of slowly walking towards you all from behind, where Thorn is. So, like, she's around, so like almost as if she's looking for something.
Are you looking for your weapons?
Yes, I am.
Fur?
Oh, right, like quickly walks up and just like hands the sword back, which he takes and so like places on a belt.
I mean, we should give her the horn back too. I will take it out.
Is that my...
Yes, it is.
Unfortunately, yes. When we found them, they were playing with it, and it seems they were quite heavy-handed.
Wait, the horn or the horn or the bow here? Like, I think
the bow. I meant.
He's talking about the bow.
Mev is talking about the antler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And okay. Scrap that.
Yeah.
He goes, yes, it seems to have been. It seems to have been ripped off during whatever fight happened between you.
It was how we were aware that you were in trouble.
Mm.
Then keep it. What use have I got for it?
Alright, if you say so.
Well, what am I going to do with it? It's broken. You can throw it away, you can keep it, I don't really care, if I'm honest.
Technically, you can use it to make a weapon.
Or we could use it for a really good stew. Or soup.
Havelock.
Antler broth?
She shakes her head.
As I say, I do not care what you do with it, it is useless to me. So you're free to do whatever for it. If you want to turn it into a weapon, if you want to eat it, for whatever reason, then go ahead, knock yourselves out. So, like, looks down at Fur. You can keep that bow as well. It is broken, I can simply... Oh, it doesn't have a, like, value or, like, magic for it. No, it's just a bow. Right, okay, I'll just quickly, like, takes off the bowstring and hands the bowstring back.
Bowstring's still good.
Yeah, bowstring's still good, yeah. She takes it and just sort of, like, wraps it around her wrist. Be careful. And she just quickly heads over to the deer and sort of, like, climbs onto it. And the two of them head off at a relatively briskish pace.
Good luck.
You see
Well
sort of, like, give a slight wave.
Well, everything should be okay. And
Nev shakes her head.
It's fine. I think I'm surprised. Actually, I'm shocked at how prideful and blind to her situation she was.
I mean, Bambi seemed very confident in herself as well, so
Perhaps it's just in their nature.
maybe.
Well, at least our good deeds weren't unrewarded. At least we know that we are at least in old Muradon lands. We have another guiding flower to follow.
Yeah, and if they gave the land to her, then I would imagine they wouldn't have travelled that far. Maybe, possibly.
Mate, well, depends how long ago this was. But it's encouraging, nonetheless.
At least At least we
Yes.
know we're in the right area, at the very least.
Exactly, and especially because she was younger than Bambi, if I perceived correctly.
Yeah.
So you're right. It might have been just a few decades,
And
if not years.
we don't know how much they age or how well they age.
I suppose. She could be hundreds and Bambi thousands.
Oh yeah, have you ever seen an elf? They last hundreds of years, but they don't look a day over 20. Sometimes.
Indeed.
Lucky bastards.
Mev pulls out the flower. Well, we've got more of an indicator. But, the next one of those people I see, I'm going to start bugging them about this war. What the fuck is happening?
Indeed. Are you going to attempt to pick a side?
I don't
Rather-
even know what's going on, but people are clearly being massacred.
Well, didn't she say that she's like we won't see any more of her kind?
She said that their territories aren't here, but we have to go back through.
That's true, yeah.
It's possible that... it's possible that we'll find another when we go back around. For now,
Yeah.
though, I imagine we're done.
Yeah, let's We got. Just like looks up at the clouds. I might have a few more hours.
I think time is of the essence. We may have to collapse the camp and then proceed until we at least get some headway.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll grab my things.
Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and collect the camp. We got a short rest, so I guess only have benefits.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone want her share of the meal? Actually, Curse can eat that, right?
He already is.
He already is. Fucking.
Oh yeah.
Kindling says that he just snatches it up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
I think
Saying like
there's,
want her share of the meal, like instantly Kurz just like walks over and just begins just eating and drinking.
All right. Yeah. Fucking. Is that my horn? Yup. Oh.
We have no chutoy.
Fucking. Okay. Then, I guess we are headed out.
Yep. And if that is the case, then before we finish the day, I want someone to roll a d12.
It's me.
It's
It's
you.
It's me. That's a reference. Name that reference.
The evening
You of
news.
all people should be able to do it.
Is it a
Ed.
musical? Is it a musical?
It is a musical.
Is it from Be More Chill?
No.
Is it from Wicked?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, great. Okay, that's good. A musical I haven't seen.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
I know, right? Isn't that weird? It's like
Out of all the musicals.
What do you mean out of all the musicals?
Well, Wicked is like one of the longest standing musicals by this point.
True. I mean, I've seen like Les Mis and
Oh.
things like that. I'd say I've never got around to go see Wicked.
Peach and Ed, does that mean we're gonna have another musical night?
Hopefully.
Fucking, I am not sure if I can find a Wicked bootleg.
Yeah, I think because it's such a famous music, they're really good at clamping down on them.
Yeah, I mean, I can try, but Wicked is a little more, it's gonna be harder.
Although we might be lucky, they must have an official cast bootleg.
You'd fucking think, but I don't think they have a pro shot.
That sucks. Okay.
You know, I'm
like-
sure if we look through enough TikToks, we could eventually put the entire thing together.
Maybe.
Oh, actually,
'Cause-
they have one of the US tour, though I don't think it is the original cast.
Oh, boo. Okay. I mean, you'll get bonus points if you can get out the West End version.
I'll
people
look.
can-
I'll figure it out.
Where people sing properly.
All right.
But yeah, okay.
So,
Um,
as you making use of the reward from Thorn, continue deeper into the Morag jungle, getting closer still to your destination. That's what we're going to call it for this session.
woo!
Ooh, first one
did
back!
it.
First one back!
Oh my god,
We-
that was good too.
That
Yeah,
was a good session.
Like, we got a ton of stuff.
a lot of lore,
We got
you guys.
lore.
Lore. You got more of Aki being a leader.
Yeah. You outwitted one of my encounters. In a good way.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now that it's been and gone, Tom, what are the name of the creatures who are immune to lightning?
As in the ones that you scared off.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to spell it or anything. I'm just going to say what they're called, and I'm probably going to butcher the
Okay.
pronunciation. A Domovoy.
Oh, I know Domovoys. Domovoy are an actual like
Yep.
folklore creature. I can't remember where they're from though, but they're cool. Domovoy. Oh yeah, of course they're Slavic. Yeah.
Yep. A bunch of them had found Fawn and beat the shit out of her, basically.
Wow. Fair enough.
Fucking.
Yeah,
Wrong
a
too.
Domovoi is the household spirit of a Gidden kin. They are deified progenitors, that is, the kin's fountainhead ancestors. They're really common in pretty much all Slavic folklore, like Russian, Polish, Serbian,
Mhm.
Ukrainian. They're really common. That's cool that they're in
Okay.
D&D. And
Yeah.
immune to lightning for some
not.
reason.
Did not expect lore right back. What were you expecting, Kidling? Again. Did you guys like the lore?
I did like the lore.
There was
I
no
love.
quiet days. We've been gone for like 3 weeks, a month, practically.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it, but at the same time, like, I helped with that lore.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Domovoi enjoy violence and bone breaking. Great.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense now.
Yep.
Interesting. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah, they're strong.
Yeah, they're wow. They got some cool stuff. Is this just in the monster manual?
Yes.
Huh. Also, they sound nothing like actual like folklore Domovoi.
Nope.
Yeah, guess they stole the name. Also, they can speak
Yep.
Dwarvish and Elvish.